Buongiorno and good morning here at the IQA Quidditch World Cup 2018 in beautiful, sunny Florence, Italy. We've got an exciting matchup to start off the day. Catalonia against Mexico. This is a rematch from 2 years ago World Cup 2016. Mexico took the victory there. If you were listening in on our opening, we got a lot of insight from Bex McLaughlin, who had played for Team Catalonia in the past. What are you excited to see today, Chris?
I think these teams have progressed a lot in the last 2 years. Mexico, used to draw a lot from the US crowd, and now they've only got 3 US players on them, which will, which will be interesting to see how they gelled. I would assume they've trained more together as well, so I think that could give them the edge. But again, Catalonia, a lot of them living close to each other, having the opportunity to train more together. A lot of them from the same teams. A lot of Barcelona Eagles there. So it'll be really interesting to see which team has gelled better and which team can play better and grind out the win. I think these teams are at a very similar level, so I think the game will be very even. I'm hoping for a swim game, which will be really interesting to see how the teams cope with a swim situation. Just looking forward to some good Quidditch.
Same, and I certainly agree with all of that. This is the first time we're seeing Mexico back on the international stage since 2016. They have not played any international matches since the last World Cup, whereas Catalonia has played a few, I believe, in the European games. So they've had more international competition. Definitely seen different styles from other teams, certainly, especially across Europe. A lot of different styles played. Do you think that could be the deciding factor for Catalonia here? They've seen more Quidditch. They might be more experienced to other teams, might be more adaptive.
Yeah, no, I do agree with that. Having played at the European Games in Oslo, Catalonia have played against some of the best in the world. They played against France, they played against the UK, who are also here trying to compete for the championship. But like you said, Mexico not having the experience against the top-tier teams in the world might let them down this tournament. Again, will be interesting to see how they handle the big teams. Both these teams will be playing the UK in the group stages. So it'll be interesting to see what they do against such a big powerhouse of a team like the UK, and if they employ the same tactics here or they switch it up a bit.
Yesterday I had the privilege to watch a few friendlies, and one of them included Team Mexico. They've got some incredible athletes out there on the field. I saw a lot of really good strategy. Now, it was only a friendly. They were probably only going about halfway, not trying to strain themselves too much before the main tournament. But I liked what I saw so far. I have yet to see the Catalonian team play. I'm very excited for this.
Yeah, me too. I think Mexico have come here. They've said they want to win. I think that's a very ambitious task, especially with powerhouses like the US, like the UK, like Australia. But they've set their expectations at top 8, and Catalonia have also said they want to make top 8. So I think this will be the deciding game in the group of who is most likely to place second. I think the expectations are for UK to top the group. However, if this game goes one way or the other, it'll be really interesting to see.
Certainly. I think this will be very telling for how the rest of the tournament is going to go for both of these teams. Both teams now on the line, getting fired up. Mexico in the black and red kits attacking left to right. Catalonia in the yellow, red, and black attacking right to left. We've got our head referee setting up the final balls here, just getting ready to go. We've got an international refereeing crew from the UK, from America, and a few other countries as well.
As you can hear, both these teams are really passionate to be here at this tournament. Mexico chanting out what I can assume is their national anthem.
It sounds like it.
It sounds like it. Catalonia before, really trying to hype up their starting lineup. You've got Chima wearing the green headband. He's played all over Europe, currently playing for the Glasgow Grim Reapers. Played for Catalonia 2 years ago in Frankfurt and is here again. Previously of Barcelona Eagles, probably their most experienced player, along with Poe. And it'll be really interesting to see how he leads the team, hopefully, to victory.
We'll be excited to see it. Referees now getting set up. Teams on the starting lines. We're doing our final checks here.
Head referee of James Burnett from the UK, for all those interested. Interesting that the keeper for Mexico is starting all the way on the far left, not even behind the hoops.
And we're off. Catalonia and Mexico off to a fast start. Catalonia gets the quaffle. They throw it back, and they'll do a reset to try and set up their offense. Catalonia moving it up the field, passing off to the keeper, 89. Chima. Ball out called. Catalonia driving, pass off to the outside. Mexico's beaters swarming them. Catalonia shot no good.
Yeah, quite a scrappy start with Catalonia only have their self-proclaimed chaotic play style. I think that really shows it there. No real set formation on the offense. Maybe they just need some time to warm up into the game. Mexico with bludge control. Hopefully they can use it on the attack and hopefully see a goal.
Mexico driving in deep with the bludgers. There's been a deflection.
That was a great deflection.
Good deflection. Keeper coming near side now. Back to the far side. That's Vasquez with the ball. He passes way down the field. Mexico driving. They're getting wrapped up. Lost the ball. Beat, and Catalonia recovers. And that is Kima. Catalonia trying to get bludger control. Beaters working separately from the chasing line, it seems.
Jesus, that guy's an arm. Wow.
What a cannon.
Absolute cannon.
Great tackle from Mexico there.
Drive now on for Mexico. No bludgers. Will someone make the hit? There's no one to make the hit. Oh, he misses. Oh, he went in.
And that is 1 goal for Mexico. That was a good pass inside by Cisneros. Looks like he was looking for the goal but ended up making it a pass, but it was a good assist. Catalonia has now regained bludger control, and it looks like they're going to try for a better attack. They've got 1 bludger up, protecting the quaffle. Catalonia coming around. Vols ball handling.
I think this is where Catalonians' European playstyle will really come in. A lot of the Europeans you'll see with bludger control they will send both their bludgers up on offense. You saw on the attack from Mexico, they kept 1 bludger back in their own half, ready for the counter attack. But Catalonia take both of them up, ready for the attack. And as you can see, it pays off there with Catalonia scoring a goal, tying up 10-0.
It's Kema to Vols. Mexico now moving a little more slowly. Looks like they're trying to regain bludger control.
Oh, wow. Nice beat.
Big throw over the top for Mexico. Nothing there. And Catalonia holds on to bludger control. That was a good hustle play by Poe there to maintain bludger control. And he's hustling across the other side of the field again. He's created a no bludger situation if Kema can recognize it. And it looks like Mexico has recovered there.
I feel like both these teams they're taking it slow. It's gonna be a hot day today. Both these teams quite acclimatized to the hot weather, but they still don't want to wear themselves out. Something that will be interesting to see, especially for Catalonia as the day progresses. Oh, fantastic pass from Chima.
And a great beat from Mexico. Recovery. The keeper doesn't realize that the beater's right behind him. He almost walks out of the keeper zone. Smart play there by Mexico.
He had no reason to do that.
Just being precautious, I suppose.
Good hustle there from 92. Go on, get into him.
Yeah. Double coverage on the defender, or on the offense there.
Beachers trading, sending the bludgers past each other.
Big bomb over the top by Mexico. Great dodge.
Oh, lovely
and
finish.
It's a good goal.
That was a lovely finish. Number 13 again. Fantastic. That was a fantastic shot.
Good pass over the top, too, and great dodge to dodge the tackle from Kema. Catalonia attacking on the far side. They reset back to Kama and intercepted by Mexico.
Great beat, though. Fantastic
Great beat, and Catalonia keeps the ball. Fantastic beat by Marti Sala. And
For those
Kama
intrigued in the
recovers.
big cheers, that was Slovenia just scoring against Team UK on the opposite pitch.
Catalonia pass down the backside. They try to reset. Mexico's right there. A bit too long of passes for Catalonia. The Mexican team's tracking those pretty well. They're getting some interceptions.
The beaters just hunting them down as soon as that passes in their hands.
Yeah, I think Catalonia is going to have to tighten their passes here if they want to attack deeper into Mexican territory. Great aggression by Laura Garcia on defense. Mexico pass outside. Big pass across the hoops. Doesn't make it to his chaser.
Too much.
And Catalonia recovers. Bunch of beater trades there, but Catalonia maintains control.
She didn't have control.
That was
illegal
immunity,
yeah, illegal
and
immunity.
it's a no-bludger situation. Kema's going to be driving it down the field.
Big
he gets
hit
wrapped
by
up.
number 8.
Great hit.
Advantage being called for Catalonia. They just got to try and shoot. They will get the reset.
Mexico being very physical. That's a second tackle on the play. Catalonia back on the inside, and the Mexican keeper.
Most likely brooms down and for a reset. Now, will that be the illegal immunity, or I think when number 8 tackled Chima, I think there was a bit of shirt grabbing.
I couldn't quite see there. Although, you know, regardless of a foul, Mexico showing their incredible physicality on defense there. They had almost 3 tackles on that defensive stand.
I think that was very impressive. I think somewhere where in general the Quidditch world lacks is the physicality. Teams like the US and Australia have the physicality and will put in the hits. And maybe some of the mid-tier teams like Mexico and Catalonia aren't known for it, but it's good to see that they've obviously trained, they've practiced the hitting, and it really showing off there. You know, defending that, though they will get the ball back, and I think that's it's just a back to hoops call for I think number 8 of Mexico.
Waiting for the call, and that is a blue card for illegal calling of immunity. And that is on Valeria Toledo from Mexico. And a blue card for those not familiar at home. It's 1 minute in the penalty box or until a score from the opposing team. So Catalonia's got the advantage here. They've got the power play. They've also got bludger control. Though even though there was a card, there was no turnover in the quaffle game.
I think that must have been surely because it was a beater foul and the beater play didn't affect the quaffle play.
So Mexico probably looking to take it a little slow, hoping to kill the penalty here. Catalonia, both bludgers up, looking to pressure. And he's lost bludger control there. Mexico, big pass down the sideline.
Fantastic play. He was so open.
It's a Cisneros.
Surely he scores. There we go.
And off the deflection, Cisneros scores. That is another one for Mexico. It is now 30-10 in favor of Mexico.
I think Catalonia just they've got to mix it up a little bit. I think they're trying the same thing over and over again. Chima with the ball, walking it up the pitch.
They've got the right idea, certainly, and Mexico now holding on to bludger control by themselves. All 3 bludgers off the field now. Catalonia has a chance to drive, and it looks like we've got a stoppage of play. I think there might have been an injury on the dive there.
I think they went down a bit funny on their leg there.
On that last play, I think Catalonia had the right idea to pressure Mexico on the power play with bludger control. However, their chasers and their beaters weren't quite in sync. The beaters went up early. Mexico got a lucky deflection and ended up gaining bludger control as a single beater, and Catalonia lost the power play. I think they're going to have to tighten up plays like that if they're going to want to crack this Mexican defense.
I completely agree, and I think we showed earlier, Mexico showed earlier from that from the play where Chima was driving up pitch, passed it off. Both their chasers were tackled. Catalonia need to know that they're not driving through this team. They need to pass around them, and the passing hasn't been as slick as we would expect.
Players getting a bit of water. It is going to be quite hot today, as we mentioned. 33 degrees Celsius, 93 degrees Fahrenheit.
I think players will be quite thankful playing in this first slot. This will be the coolest it will be all day, probably until about 9 o'clock this evening, well after play has finished.
So, if you're Mexico right now, you have the lead. You're up 2 goals. What strategy do you need to change to widen that lead? What do you need to do to truly start dominating Catalonia?
I think I don't think you need to change much. Obviously, they're 2 goals up. It's going well. I think for Mexico, we've seen they've got strong beaters. They've got strong defensive chasers. Be more aggressive with your beaters. Be confident in your chaser's ability to make a tackle, to defend the hoop.
And there we go.
Passing.
Yeah, definitely better combination passing from Catalonia, but right towards the beater. Catalonia maintains control, and Mexico just throws that one away. I don't think Cisneros knew where his other chasers were, and yeah, he just wasted the possession there.
Something I have noticed, it's quite quiet on pitch. There doesn't seem to be a huge amount of verbal communication on pitch. I think when you see the bigger teams like the US, like Australia, they will all be shouting at each other, or the keeper will be command. Oh, wow. That was nearly an amazing shot.
What a laser from Kema there. I don't think he's subbed yet.
Oh, I don't think he's subbed yet, no.
We might see Kema play this whole game.
I wouldn't be surprised.
The whole offense seems to flow through him so far, but Mexico recovers there off the bad shot.
Mexico beaters trying to work together to get
Leon.
bludger control.
Passing off to Natera. Natera being badgered. Natera driving up the field. He's missed his shot.
Oh, it nearly went in. That would have been amazing.
Almost a slap pass shot from Mexico.
Oh, and now's a chance for Kema to drive.
Kema steals the ball.
No.
He hasn't looked where the bludger was. Mexico easily creating the turnover, and now Mexico will slow it down. I think Catalonia is maybe too eager to score here. I think they need to set up and have a little more poise. They seem to have trouble with this transition offense.
Yeah, they really do. The fast breaks just aren't working. They're not fast. They're not fast breaks. If you're going to break like that, like Chima should have done there, pick up the ball, you sprint towards the opponent's hoops, but he lightly jogged up. Ooh.
Big pass deep down to Mexico. Catalonia still maintaining bludger control, and Mexico kicking the ball back, looking to reset the play.
Oh, fantastic.
There we go. Some good tackle from Catalonia. And Catalonia.
Oh, tasty.
And back to Kema. That was a great tackle by Garcia there for Catalonia. Incredible. And then the follow-up beat by, his jersey says Mr. Rocket.
Nice beats contact. Oh, they need to watch the over-the-net contact there.
Catalonia passing around the outside. Mexico pressuring. It's Kema.
You can see a lot of the time on offense, the 2 Catalan beaters are in the opponent's half. They're in there putting on the pressure. Lovely. Oh, he was beat.
Mexico.
Oh, misplay there.
Misplay.
Huge misplay there.
And
beaters
now the Mexican beaters beating it out there. That was, wow. That was almost a goal for Garcia there. Mexico kicking it right back to Garcia. She was in the right place at the right time.
She was in the right place at the right time. It's a shame she couldn't capitalize on that, but she was just swamped by what I think was the entire quaffle line of Mexico.
Oh.
She wasn't going anywhere. She is putting in fantastic hustle on point chasing, though.
Absolutely. Garcia, great tackle by Garcia.
Dismounts him as well.
And that is a turnover. Garcia being possibly the biggest defensive player right now for Catalonia.
Yeah, she has played fantastically. I think, again, it's the first game of the day, so it's hard to say, but Catalonia not having much depth in their non-male lineup. They've only got 5 non-males on their roster, which for a 2-day tournament is going to be exhausting for them.
For a 2-day tournament at the international stage, I might add. Kema, big pass over the top. Nothing going on there. I think he just had to get rid of it. Mexico easily recovers. Garcia did take a sub after that play.
She deserved it. She deserved it.
Absolutely.
I think something that we can see isn't working and something that I'm really not a fan of in Quidditch is the big, long, loopy passes over the hoops. Both teams are doing it, and I don't think any team has capitalized on it yet.
I think Mexico has only connected on one of them.
Oh, nearly an own goal there.
Pass right between the hoops, but Catalonia easily recovers. Those are the dangerous passes when you've thrown it right between the defenders. It really works very small amount of the time. That was Coronado on the pass there that created the turnover.
Something I think Mexico could be powering ahead with this game if they were using their beaters aggressively, and they're not. I think to really upper mid tier, to put yourself in the upper tier, you need to have your aggressive beaters going up on the offense, working with your chasers, clearing out the lanes so that your chasers can either drive through the lanes or pass into them.
Gonzalez looking for options, passing to the far side. Catalonia just trying to blow up the beater game. Pass to Kema on the near side. Mexico's there to defend. That's Medina. He's driving. And a block just over the hoops. And that was a good play by Mexico.
Mexico now cheering on the drive.
Cisneros coming down on the drive. He's looking for
Coronado.
Oh,
fantastic
blocked.
block.
Cisneros was completely focused on Coronado there, and Catalonia able to just completely block the pass.
I didn't see anything wrong with that.
Seems to be some sort of foul on the play there.
Ball will go back into the hands of the Mexican chaser. Oh, she didn't tap him properly.
Illegal procedure, and that's
surely this is a goal for Mexico. They've got two. Use the pass!
He's gone and drived in.
It could have been an easy goal for Mexico.
And now Medina, he uses the reset back to Kema. He had Coronado open, and he didn't use him. He had Polo open, didn't use her.
They were both right next to the medium-sized hoop on the right. And I don't know what was going through his mind, but he decided to drive through three players instead of making a quick little pass.
Catalonia passing off to the far side now. Their beaters wreaking havoc on the defense. Mexican beater in the center just staying staunch. He beats Kema. Now they've got a no-bludger drive.
Oh, fantastic.
Incredible
physicality
tackling.
From Mexico. Fantastic physicality from Mexico.
Why is the keeper back to hoops? I believe that was an incorrect call.
Oh, fantastic. There we go.
A hard fought point for Catalonia.
That shouldn't have taken as long as it did.
My goodness. The beaters, the Catalan beaters had the Mexican beaters distracted almost the entire time.
They did.
And Catalonia, they should have just driven. As soon as they had the beaters in the keeper zone, they had the Mexican beaters pinned down. You just need to drive in like they did. Mexico, staunch defense there. There was nothing else that they could do.
No, and this is what I was talking about. Using the beaters on the offense to create the space for your chasers. Oh, fantastic beat there from 13.
Mexico looking in. Coronado cutting to the inside.
Oh.
Coronado's just cut it off his hand. No good from Coronado.
But that's what you need. So the Mexican keeper is now trying to take charge of this game, getting more vocal with his team, telling them to find the space.
That's Gonzalez badgering Polo there. We've given it back to the Mexican keeper. Now Mexico with bludger control. They're bringing the bludgers up on offense. He's got Polo on the inside. Can't see her.
Fantastic.
He dunks it himself. And that is the keeper, Vasquez. And the Mexican bench has come alive a little bit, chanting for their team.
Only took them 15 minutes.
Maybe they're just all a little sleepy.
Chuma finally taking a sub. He has worked very hard this game.
Yeah.
Sometimes just no prevail, though. Oh, fantastic exchange between the beaters there. Now there's a no bludger situation.
And it's
I doubt
Gonzalez.
it-
She
oh,
gets wrapped up,
fantastic hit.
spins out of the tackle. Gonzalez still driving.
Over the
She
top,
passes
use
to
it.
the inside.
Oh, fantastic
Blocked through
save
the
from
hoop
keeper.
by Vasquez.
Oh, my God.
Vasquez out of nowhere. That was a great drive and
Oh, my
pass
God. That was
by
amazing.
Gonzalez.
So we should say, as a keeper, you can put your hand through the hoop to stop a goal, but you cannot as a chaser. Fantastic save there from the keeper. I think all of us were convinced that was going in, and he just came out of nowhere. Fantastic.
It's a relatively rare play to see, but those keepers that are good at it are very good at it.
Timeout called.
Keeper's own line when the pass is made, hustles into the play, beautiful block.
Beautiful block. And honestly, I feel like that's a very key save. Mexico they're 20 points up, so they're still in snitch range. The seeker floor is nearly up, so I assume we will have a snitch on pitch situation. Again, I think you want to rest up your best beaters for the snitch on pitch play, and just go out there and work hard for the snitch. That's what you've got to do.
Bludger control has been pretty fluid this game.
It has, but I don't think Mexico have used it to the full potential.
You know, I don't think either team has. Catalonia, they've been using the bludgers, but the offense has not been with them. The chasers have not been with the bludgers. They've only capitalized twice, and Mexico has used it very sparingly. I think if I'm Mexico right now, I need to have bludger control with snitch on pitch. I need to give my seeker
You have to.
as much time as possible to try and catch this snitch. The chaser defense is good enough that they can stop Catalonia on the drive. They can track down the passes, whereas Catalonia cannot say the same. They've been relying a lot more on their beaters for the defense.
Completely. I think, especially if you're Mexico, being 20 up, Catalonia need to score 6 goals against you to get out of snitch range. So if you're Mexico, you can probably afford to concede a few goals if it means that you catch a snitch, which will inevitably end in the win.
Vasquez driving on the far side. He's got
Natero.
Defense, there we go. There's some gang tackling on Vasquez there, but he's not going down.
He still does it.
And he still got it through. He dragged Gonzalez halfway across the pitch.
That is fantastic physicality. That is what we want to see at the IQA World Cup.
And we've got Adria Medina on the drive on the far side. His chasers are going down. Big pass over the top. Defense by Vasquez.
But they still can't score.
Oh, good pass to Gonzalez there, but she was not aware of the height of the hoop and missed almost a point-blank shot. She's got to be kicking herself for that one.
She needed to take, in that situation, she had more time than she gave herself.
Yeah.
She just took the pass instantly. If she took 1 more second, 2 more seconds, it would have been a guaranteed hoop. Fantastic beating there from number 7 from Mexico. Regaining bludge control for his team by himself.
That's Rosas doing all the hustle here for Mexico. And we've got a stoppage of play. Rosas, great hustle there to get bludger control back.
Absolutely fantastic. A solid solo effort. And I guess that's what you want to see. You want to see high quality solo players in a fantastic team. And that's what's going to win you games. Well, Catalonia calling their timeout now.
I think both teams want to be completely set before snitch on pitch play starts. They want to be absolutely certain in their strategy. I think it is one of the most interesting things in Quidditch, no matter how good a team is, that when snitch on pitch happens, it's very easy to just lose all your strategy and panic.
Oh, definitely. I think most games, especially at a low level, there'll be a reasonable amount of structure. up until that 18-minute mark when the Seekers are released on pitch, and then it just seems like all hell breaks loose. I hope that isn't going to happen here. I hope the beaters will have some structure. The chasers, especially for Mexico, will slow it down. Hopefully Catalonia will put on more pressure as they need to score. Currently it's overtime range, so if Catalonia catch the snitch, the score will be 50-all, and we will go into an overtime, which would be fantastically exciting for the first game of the day.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think we'll notice that both teams are in a dual male beater set. They're trying to hope to put more power in the beater game to try and dominate the other team, which will be interesting in the snitch on pitch scenario.
I think you have to. The way you catch a snitch is by giving your seeker as much one-on-one time as possible. And that means keeping the opponent's beaters and the opponent's seeker away from that snitch. And the only way to do that is with high-quality beaters. And I think Mexico have it. I think Mexico have the better beater pairs.
Teams now returning back to their brooms. Hopefully, with 2 timeouts almost consecutively, they've gotten their strategy down. They know what they're going to do.
We certainly hope. Also, for those interested, the third bludger is actually off the bottom right of your screen, pretty much exactly next to where we're standing, and it is in the hands of Rosas, number 7 for Mexico. He gave us a wave. He's having a good time.
He's having an okay time.
I feel like
Yeah.
if his team were a few more goals up, he'd be having a better time.
All right, you've got Rosas and Leon in for beaters for Mexico. Ball in the game for beater. Good trade there by Mexico,
good trade.
and that is a no bludgers situation for Catalan. But Mexico, they're giving light pressure here.
Oh, fantastic beat.
Good, Rosas,
Oh,
and
he
a
got
catch.
it! What a play!
Rosas, incredible play.
Where has this guy been all game?
Catalonia forcing themselves back. Natera was there on the pressure, but the entire Mexican team was. And now they bring up the full team, and that's a good play there by Mexico.
Taking the beat.
Yeah, they've gotten the turnover. It's Coronado. He's wrapped up. He's looking for the pass, blocked by the keeper. Coronado, I think, could have muscled him over there.
I think in that situation we were saying earlier how the Mexico plays. Oh, fantastic! Mexico just caught off guard there.
Mexico caught up in the transition game. That was Raul Medina on the goal there, and he just snuck in behind the defense.
He did well there. Quick break, fast break.
Yeah, and Catalonia has regained bludger control, and Mexico, as they're bringing up the field, Rosas, he misses his beat. Catalonia's going to try and pressure. The Seekers are on the field. Catalonia's got a chance to catch and win. He's getting a lot of alone time with the snitch. And that's a stoppage of play. I think that'll be a push-off pitch.
Yeah, I think we're just off the hard boundary.
Just off the hard boundary there. That'll be an out-of-bounds play. Catalonia ball, turnover. So now the Mexican Seekers got to get back in the play. Mexico bludgerless right now. All right, they've gotten the bludger back to Leon, and it looks like Catalonia wanted to defend there for a second.
Oh, it was so close, nearly going around with the left hand. And again, so close.
And that's Hugo Quiroz in for seeking for Mexico. He's got a quick hand certainly. Catalonia up the far side now. Rosas a little confused on the play. He's being badgered. And that's Garcia back in the play. She gets beat.
But he drops his broom.
Natera driving up the field. Dodges a tackle. Spin move through a second tackle. Third tackle. Tackled by Garcia at the end. He misses the goal. Polo recovers. She gets beat. And that's a recovery by Catalonia. Man, that was a very lucky tackle by Garcia at the end of that play.
I think, we've got our brooms down for what I think is a broken hoop. So I really think these beaters need to be focusing more on the snitch.
I think Mexico's been doing a good job of that so far.
I think Mexico has been fantastic at that. Rosas he's been the force that Mexico need.
Absolutely.
He's been on the aggressive with the bludgers, making the opportunities, clearing out their beaters, and getting rid of the Seeker as well.
I think he's kind of overextended himself a bit, though. I believe it looks as though he's subbed off. You still have got Leon on the field.
He has, yeah. Sat down. Obviously,
Yeah.
he worked hard. He worked hard.
Absolutely. Mexico still maintaining bludger control, though.
Catalan Seeker not having a clue where the beaters are.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got it! He's got it!
Quite a quick hand there by Kiraz.
Just going round with the right hand. I see absolutely nothing wrong with that.
That was a quick hand. Catalonia, the Seeker looks a bit dejected.
Got a replay of the Snitch catch coming right now. I think he goes round with his right hand.
He's caught the Snitch in a back pedal.
Snitch just not ready for it. First game of the IQA World Cup 2018 against Catalonia. Very similar results 2 years ago. They've got to be happy with that.
Absolutely, but a much closer game. I don't know how much they were expecting from this Catalonian team, but I think they put up a very good fight.
I don't think as Catalonia you can be too disappointed with that. You played well. It was very close. It was Snitch range. So you've got a lot to build on there, and I think they're going to look forward to playing the other the other three teams in their group, and see how the rest of the day goes for them.
Absolutely. We talked earlier about this game will set the tone for the rest of the day depending on how it goes. I think this is a big step for Mexico. I think this gives them a lot of confidence to face some of these tougher teams, some of the more international teams they haven't seen before. Because remember, they played Catalonia 2 years ago. They probably remember a little bit from then, and coming into this one. For Catalonia, I don't think this is as big of a dejection as it could have been. If this was a blowout, this would have been a big blow to the morale of the Catalonian team. Instead, I think they just need to recuperate, regroup, and move on from this one. I think this is an easy one to move on from. As disappointing as it is to lose in Snitch range, you can't be terribly upset with the result.
No, you can't be. And I don't think there needs to be a huge amount of improvement to see a vast change in the Catalonian side. Tighten up the passing a little bit. Don't do anything too crazy. Don't get the half-length pitch passes. It's not worth it. Use your beaters a little bit more effectively. And I think with those few little changes, you will score so many more goals for Catalonia. And I think coming up, I think it's the Czech Republic and Slovenia that are in their group as well. I think Catalonia stand a fantastic chance against both of those teams. And with Mexico giving them the confidence boost for their game against the UK will be fantastic for them.
Absolutely, absolutely. The team's now taking a picture together. I think it's a good Hispanic connection of sorts.
I think it's a fantastic connection. I think most of the teams off pitch, they're all fantastic friends. They all know each other. They all love each other, and it's just good to see the camaraderie between the two teams. A lot of sportsmanship. Yeah, there were some big tackles in there, but post game they'll come, they'll shake hands, they'll take a picture, and it's really good to see from the Quidditch community.
I love this community for that. The sportsmanship is usually pretty good. Teams are, it's great to come here. I'm seeing people from all sorts of countries speaking all sorts of languages, and everyone I've talked to here has been friendly and wonderful. And the players, I think, keeping a positive attitude and being friendly to one another, I think that's what's going to keep you going throughout the day.
Oh, definitely. And I think, especially like you said, this not being a blowout is a really good boost to morale for Catalonia. I think I don't think they were particularly enthralled with their performance at EG. But I think that game will give them a fantastic boost of confidence. It was nice to see. But again, I think they needed to work a little bit more on the Snitch on pitch play. I think their beaters were a little bit confused what to do. I think Chuma needs to take a bit more of a lead, get more vocal on pitch, take command of the team, and hopefully that means they can win their next few games.
Absolutely.